Hey, just a quick devlog on what I've been working on for the last 3 weeks. So right after I quit my job and my first project failed, I decided that I'm going to go back to doing what I'm good at, which is programming. The thing I wanted to do most at the time was to learn more about computer graphics. So I learned a little bit about shaders before, and that was super hard but fascinating. So I wanted to go back and learn it properly. Then I thought about what I could do with this stuff that has at least a little bit of a chance at making money. And I didn't think too hard about this, but I decided that I wanted to make a timer app on iOS. It won't solve any real problems because your basic standard iOS timer will already do that. That much I know. But it would be beautiful and it'd be delightful to use. So I spent a few days on the stuff following this book and did some tutorials and made things like this. It was super challenging and it was so much fun. And when I was, I think, 5 days into this, it occurred to me that sitting at home learning by myself was kind of hard, and I missed the social pressure that I would get at work. Now I had to manage my own time and productivity now that I'm self-employed. So I looked around online to see if there was anything that could help me, and I found Cave Day. The idea is you hop on a Zoom call with a bunch of other people and you focus together for an hour or more. You have to turn on your camera, but that's about it. Super interesting. This is taking advantage of social accountability. You're not going to procrastinate when you think other people are watching you. They're not, obviously, but that's what your brain thinks. I wanted to try it out, but I was kind of bummed out to see that their schedules were mainly US time. And then I saw Focus Mate. It's similar, but this idea was kind of crazy. You get paired up with one random person, and you sort of tell them what you're going to be working on at the start of each session. And I don't know, it seems a bit scary to me, right? Like, what if you get paired up with someone a little bit creepy? And then later that day, it just hit me. I just thought, oh my god, why don't I just make a multiplayer pomodoro, like a social pomodoro? And what do I call it? Focus with Strangers. That's the first name I thought of. It's edgy and it's funny. And I couldn't think of a better one, so I just went with that. And then I spent the next 2 weeks working on that. Okay, and yeah, this is what it looks like right now. So I can make a room here. Let's go. And I've got a room here. And in a new tab, so you can imagine this as someone else. Person B, you can also see the room, hit join, original person, start now. And then boom, you're in a pomodoro together. And yeah, you can type something here and it will show up for the other person and vice versa. Let's talk a little bit about the tech. I decided to use Elixir and Phoenix instead of something like Next.js and React. The reasoning, it's more server-side than front-end. So Elixir is really good for these multiplayer features because it has good support for stateful concurrent processes. And these are called gen servers. You can think of this as having like an isolated process that runs Redis and the rest of your app can access it. And it's built in right into the language. And also Phoenix is super cool. Its killer feature is Phoenix channels, which use PubSub and WebSockets. So you can broadcast state changes to everyone online. So it's super easy to do. Okay, and then finally, I want to talk about some random things I learned along the way. So I found out about Dice Bear, which you can use to get really nice looking avatars easily. And I also use Daisy UI for the first time. They're pretty popular, but I haven't heard of them before. And since they sort of ship with Phoenix, I just decided to give them a try. Their theme editor tool is pretty cool, and I just used their components for most of my site, which worked really well out of the box, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. My server is hosted on fly.io, first time trying them out. I picked them because they're fairly cheap and easy to get started. And well, the creator of Phoenix works there as well. So I figured it'll play nicely with my tech stack. So it's an overall good experience, I think. Once in my 2 weeks of using Fly, I couldn't deploy for some reason, and it turns out they were having a prod incident. So I tried again later and it was working fine. So yeah, everything was good apart from that. Also got my pipeline up and running in GitHub. First time using GitHub Actions. Up until now, I've only ever used GitLabs, and it's working really well. Happy with that. So where to next? I got some feedback from some friends, and I'm gonna work on addressing those. And next week, I'm gonna focus more on marketing distribution. So just getting people to try it. Yeah, I don't know how it'll go, but yeah. The idea isn't super useful unless you have like actual strangers you can work with. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.